Hello, friends. In this Thumbs Up Thursday, I walk you through the first draft of the 2016 garden map. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the draft 1 of our 2016 garden. Sorry that it's a little bit hard to see on camera. I draw pretty light in pencil because I'm expecting to erase a lot of this and shift things around based off of your suggestions, but let's get started. So what we have here is a garden that's twice as big in area as it was last year. We are 25 feet up and down and 35 feet left and right. What we have on this scale is 1/2 inch is 1 foot in reality. So the numbers aren't exactly placed where they'll be in the garden, but it gives you a rough start. So we start on this side, the left side of the garden, and over to the left, where the white part of the paper is a part of the property that can't be developed. There's an old mulberry tree stump and some massive roots that I just can't get rid of, and I'm not going to have somebody come in and stump the area. So I kind of let that go rampant, and there's some weeds back there that I can get rid of. And to the left of that further, I guess where the iPad would be if it's scale, there are some lilac bushes from the neighbors. So let's get started in the back. I already have a couple, they'll be 3 years old this year, established plants. I've got a decent section of raspberries, excited raspberries, and some asparagus. Now, when I planted this 3 years ago, I didn't know what I was doing, and I planted them very close to each other, but the asparagus is nice and established now. My stalks are, thicker than a pencil. So I don't necessarily want to pull it out and move it unless that's something that I can do. I'm not sure. If you know, you should let me know. So those are staying there. Below that, this past fall, I transplanted some very old, well-established rhubarb, 2 different species, and they both have pretty far tap roots that are going down about 18 inches, 12 to 18 inches. I couldn't tell. Maybe 18 inches is too long. Anyways, where the rhubarb stops there is where the whole garden stopped last year. In front of it, on the left-hand side, I'm continuing the theme of fruits that I don't have to dig up every year. And my wife and I would like to do currants and gooseberries. Oh, 2 of my favorite fruits from my time abroad. Johannisbeeren und Stachelbeeren. So, good stuff. Anyways, then we get over into this square area, and this is going to be the vegetable section. So, we walk in the middle, and the idea for this is where you see 16, 17, 18, 19, those foot markers, that's going to be a door. And here where we have the 17, 18s, and 19s, those are 3 different kinds of beans, and it's going to be a tall bean trellis that kind of looks like a pergola, so you'll walk through a gateway to get into the garden. So there's a little bit of architecture around the functionality of that. All of the numbers that are on here correspond to the numbers in the spreadsheet, and you can check that out in the description below so you can see what all these numbers represent. So, beans. Then we move up, and this decorative center section, let's see, number 3 are ground cherries. They need about 3 feet, I think, per plant to spread out, and that's a 3-foot square for each of them. So ground cherries, and those 26 are the Mexican sour gherkins, cucamelons. We'll see if that's enough room for them. It's always good to give it a shot. Then in the back, by the strangely placed asparagus, I'm going to put a bench. I want a nice spot to sit in my garden moving forward. And then I've got things that don't grow too tall in front of them. 25 is purple plum radish. 28 is, let's see, those are dragon carrots. And 24 are the Detroit dark red beets. So I thought those are kind of a nice thing to sit in front of that aren't too tall. I can see the rest of the garden. And the radishes I'll keep planting, every 2 weeks apart, so I have a regular income of radishes. And we move over, and we've got a couple sections that look like a staple that hasn't been stapled. This is something that a guy in my neighborhood does. He's got 2 4-foot long sections that are connected. Well, 3 of them really. There's a side, and a back. and they're just poles with well-strung wire between them, and that's how he grows his tomatoes and cucumbers. So in this back section here, that's exactly what I've got. 4 is the Redfield Beauty tomato, 5 is the Gold Rush Currant tomato, and 14 is the pickling cucumber. Same design, a little bit down, except here we've got peas and beans. So 15 is the soybean, 16 are the Amish snap peas, and number 20 is the Heart of Gold melon. I figured those will take a little bit longer into the season, so why not just have them grow there? I had way too many melons last year, so one hill will fill that plenty fine. At least I think it will. And then to the front of the garden here, we have 3 different kinds of, I don't know, I think they go well together. 7 is the early snowball cauliflower, 8 is the Long Island Brussels sprouts, and 23 is the Star of David okra, thinking that the Brussels sprouts and the okra grow up. I don't know if I will be trellising them or what, but I think those can grow up, whereas the cauliflower sort of stays on the ground. Looks nice aesthetically. I think they can be planted next to each other. Then in the corner, so on the right-hand side here is a fence, okay? And that's our property fence. These numbers, 2, 13, 22, 17, 30, and 31, are all herbs. And the herbs I'm planting in a special herb planter that I'm going to be attaching to the fence. 6 and 29, there's a lot of it because we use a lot of it. 6 is the Farellenschus lettuce, and the 29 is the smooth German kale. They in general prefer the shade, and the fence will supply a couple extra hours of shade for those two. And then this is peppers. 9 are the big green peppers, and number 11 are the, what are those? The Gallo peppers. And in the back, 32 is a zucchini, because one section of zucchini will provide a lot of zucchinis. And number 10 is the eggplant. I'm not entirely certain about growing eggplant. There should be enough space. That's about a 4x4 space, a 4x3 space. If I put one plant there, let it spread out, that should be good for year 1. And those 21s that I have along the fence are the Chinese miniature gourds, those small pumpkins. I'm going to have them grow up the fence to see how that works. And since they'll be picked late in the harvest, that's fine. So, here is draft 1. I'm eager to hear what you have to say about it. And in the coming months, I'll build some trellises and things, and we can get ready for starting seeds at the end of February, beginning of March. Thanks. And there you have it. This is my most ambitious gardening project to date, and I'm going to rely on your suggestions and feedback in case I need to move any vegetables around or think differently of when I'm going to plant some of the items and anything else. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I'm the MidwestManMountain. Be sure to subscribe, and until next time, bye.